Today I wanted to do something a little different. We're going to be having some conversation while I put this meal together. I am once again trying so hard to get back on the eating right bandwagon. It is very difficult. Some years ago I lost 30 pounds and then I got sick and I was never able to kind of get back on track. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to post it and said I was going to do it, and I lose like 6 pounds and I get cocky and I just mess up. So tonight I'm gonna cook a meal, and I'm actually making up a meal tonight, so I'm hoping that it's a success. I'm trying to watch my carb intake with my meals in the late afternoon because I'm trying so hard to stay healthy. But it's very simple. I've had this chicken marinating for the past 30 minutes. And what I use to marinate it, I use the BC Original Bourbon Chicken Marinade, and I use the Weber Kickin' Chicken Seasoning and some black pepper. So it's been marinatable. So today, with the marinades that I've used for my chicken, I'm going to take it and I'm going to cook it on my stove top, and I'm going to add my red and orange bell peppers to it. I love bell peppers. Let's just reverence the bell peppers. But anyway, I'm going to cook that and I'm going to add that to it. And so for my veggie on the side, what I'm going to do is saute me some spinach. I love spinach. And I'm going to take the spinach and I'm going to cook it in the tomato juices and the excess bell peppers, all of those juices with some cooking wine, and I'm going to cook it all in there and let it simmer down with real good. And I am going to stuff these tomatoes. I saw these today at Publix. These are sweet Capari tomatoes. I saw them and they are so sweet. You can actually eat these things like they're plums. They're so good. So after I've gotten this sauteed down and tasting really delish, I'm gonna stuff it on the inside of these tomatoes. I went through and this is what I did. Move this out the way. Okay. All I did was I sliced the bottom so that it would sit up just a little bit. And y'all don't laugh at my cooking utensils. I'm still trying to upgrade on them. And then I sliced off the top, but I keep the tops. I didn't throw the tops away. And then I went around with the knife, and I know that there's some sort of scooping mechanism I need to buy for this, but this is, I'm improvising today, you all, so don't judge me. And then I used this spoon, and I just scooped out the rest of the season, and I just couldn't, this is going to taste so good when I turn around and saute it with the spinach. It's got such a nice sweet flavor. And so I'm taking it and I'm sitting it here. After I stuff it with the spinach mixture, then I've got this bruschetta cheese that I'm going to stuff on top of it. I'm going to put it in the oven for a few minutes, let it bake up and let the cheese bubble over. That with this chicken breast and my sauteed bell pepper is going to be so good. It's heart healthy, it's lean. Now let's go ahead and get started with our chicken. And what I'm going to do is add this Pompeian white cooking wine to my pan, and that's what we're going to cook our chicken in today. But I said this was going to be combo and cooking with Bridget, and I wanted to talk to you all. I'm not going to give that much information out, but I wanted to talk to you all about the Butler. My husband and I went to see that last week, and I thought they said it was rated PG. That wasn't rated PG because they had quite a few profanities in there. I was surprised at the number of profanities in there. The storyline in itself was pretty decent. I was not impressed with Oprah Winfrey's character. I should have waited a little longer to put this chicken in here. I had the pan sizzling, but it's not quite there yet. So we're going to wait a little longer on that. But I was not impressed with Oprah Winfrey's character because she was like an alcoholic type wife that was having an affair on her husband. Apparently in the movie she was feeling neglected. I'm not going to give too many spoilers. I was wondering, you know, how true this was compared to the actual wife in real life. And I looked it up and came to find out that the real wife in real life, and I can't remember the name of the family, I'm so sorry, no disrespect, she was not an alcoholic, nor did she have an affair. So I can't, you know, well, yes I can. Hollywood likes to embellish true stories for the sake of rating or you know, selling, getting more people to come out, because we all know that sex sells. And it got me to thinking a whole lot about legacies, because I think about all of these movies that's been made based on the true lives of people who have passed on, Anna Nicole Smith, our various presidents, Kennedy, and I was like, wow, if somebody was to make a movie about me after I'm gone, what was the movie be like? And right now we are looking at this day and age where I'm just not really impressed with what the media is promoting to be a healthy family. You've got all of these reality TV shows, and I know it may seem like I'm beating a dead horse. All these reality TV housewives that are not married, they're actually exes, or they weren't married in the first place, that are on there fighting and drinking and cussing and doing all of that, cutting the fool and gyrating. And then you've got someone like Oprah, who is well respected by millions of people, portraying a character about a African-American man who served 34 years in the White House. And instead of them portraying his wife to be the person that she actually was, who was faithful and who was not an alcoholic, they changed that. And I was like, wow, I would have really been offended. If someone's going to make a movie about me and I was the supportive, devoted wife, I would not want them to have a movie about me. And I'm an alcoholic and I've cheated. I really don't understand that. Other than that, it was a okay, pretty good movie. I would definitely not be taking my kids to see it because of the language that was in there. I am disappointed in the fact that they did embellish on who the butler's wife was really all about. I know for me, as much as great as the need is for positive African American role models in the media, I would have preferred, if you want to write a movie about me, don't go back and make it seem like I'm something that I'm not. That's not cool. Alright, so this is what we've got right now. It's sizzling and all of that marinade. And we're cooking it, and let's turn it around. So we're going to let that cook on that side. And we're going to cover it and just let it simmer on low. I want all of those juices to be sealed into the chicken. And we're going to lower that heat. Now while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and we're fixing to get started on our stuffing for the tomatoes. Okay, so we have the pan heated on low, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the juices that I had earlier from the tomatoes and the insides, the seeds and the insides from the bell pepper, and I'm just going to add it to the pan. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the spinach and let it wilt. And the tomato juice is so sweet. I love a good sweet tomato. And what we're going to do is that we're just going to cook that until it's wilted. Okay, so you see I've got that nice and wilted. You see that? That looks good enough to eat all by itself. It already has the tomato in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to stuff the insides of the tomatoes. We're going to take it and we're going to stuff them. All of that goodiness. And now that we've gotten all of these stuff, what I'm going to do is just take that cheese and I'm going to put a couple of squares and I'm just going to set it down in each one of these. Just take them and stuff as much cheese on the inside of these as possible. And so what I did was I saved the little tops. So I'm going to put the tops, little top hats right there on the side. Some of them I couldn't keep the little vine part on top of it. That one goes with that one. That's a little bigger. I think that one goes with that one. I'm not gonna pop this in the oven just yet because you don't have to keep them in the oven that long. What I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna take the rest of the spinach and the juices that I have, plus remember the bell pepper that I had before, and I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my chicken. All those juices. Look at that. I need to add some more tomato and some more spinach to that, don't I? I do believe I do. And I'm gonna do it, you all. Come on, let's do this. Okay, so I went back and I added some more spinach to the chicken, and it is done. So I'm getting ready to cut this off. Doesn't that look delicious? See, it's easy to eat healthy once you find creative ways to make the food presentable. I mean, if it looks good, then it's gonna taste good. A lot of times we broil our chicken and we don't put any love in it. If you put your love in healthy eating, it is going to taste good and you really won't miss all of the fried foods. So I am looking forward to my hubby coming home and trying this tonight.